Hello, friends. I am delighted that you're here today, as always. And whether it's here with me now, as Wendy is, hi, Wendy, or on the replay. Today, we're going to talk about repertoire for CCM pop rock singers because it's a pain in the neck and other anatomy parts. Even those of us who live in the world of CCM pop rock think it's a pain in the neck. Alexis, really looking forward. Alexis O'Donoghue says, I'm really looking forward to this. I will have to watch the replay as I'm in a college course this morning, but you're right on the nose about the rep issue. I don't feel confident what to choose. Welcome to our world. And nobody feels confident what to choose. But I'm going to help you with some guidelines today. So hopefully that will make things a little easier. There's with pop rock students, there are so many considerations. So even if you're really actively listening to new songs all the time, it doesn't really make things easier. What would make things easier would be having some sort of like playbook. Hi, Michelle. Michelle Linus here. When you have a new student who will be studying classically, you have a playbook, right? I mean, you assess their age, their probable voice type, their skill level, and then you grab one of your go-to songs. And it's pretty straightforward. And you probably have a similar approach for your music theater students. You have to take a few more things into consideration with your music theater students. You can't give a 15-year-old something from Grey Gardens. You have to be sensitive to who they are. But you probably have a handful of go-to songs for your typical client. And you probably have, one or two songs for your 50-year-old baritone who's getting back into singing, right? I mean, but with microphone singers, these rules just don't apply. It's a whole different thing for them. So this is live part one, because in order to work well and easily with your pop students, your microphone singers, you have to have an appreciation of some of the underpinnings and considerations when you're deciding what they'll work on. By the way, you guys, my husband used my microphone for a broadcast last night. So if I'm too loud or too soft, will you let me know? Because he changed the setting. So I am Meredith Colby, someone with a husband who sings. I'm Meredith Colby, and I support voice teachers to create confident teaching of popular styles. I'm also the author of Money Notes. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. How to Sing High, Loud, Healthy, and Forever, which introduces neurovocal method, a way to teach CCM pop singing that is based on brain science. The next the next neurovocal certification class begins next month. And although you missed the pre-sale offers, sorry. Well, Michelle didn't. It's time. There's still time for the early bird. So there's an early bird special too. Volume is great. Oh, thank you, Heather. Thank you for giving me that feedback. So my freebie today is an article. It's about designating voice types for pop rock students and people. I say students, but people in general, professionals too. It's not the same as classical. It's a lot easier, and it's a much broader brush. So it's called What Am I? A Microphone Singer's Definition of Singer Voice Type. So I'm just going to put a link in the comments after, and you can just get it. It'll be easy peasy. And if you're watching live, be sure to hop, or on a replay, or on one of my groups, be sure to hop over to my Facebook page and get that link. Now, what else? Oh, I'm live here every Monday at 1 o'clock Central Time, 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern, 1800 Greenwich Mean Time. Say hi, add to the chat. Oh, I'm supposed to be here. Okay. Add to the chat, and if you want to, pipe up with any ideas or thoughts that you have about this, because as you can see, I keep looking down. That's because I've written it out so I won't get distracted or confused. So I won't get too far off base. I will get a little off base because I always get a little off base. If you've watched me even once, you know that I do. All right, so here we go. Ha! Song keys. We're going to start with song keys. When you are picking songs for your microphone singer, you have to and get to think a little differently. For instance, in classical music and musical theater repertoire, the songs are in particular keys. In those genres, the singer is in service to the composer. That's the deal. You learn them in the suitable keys because those are the keys in which they are performed. So in pop rock styles, that is not the case. In pop rock styles, the key comes to the singer. The singer does not go to the key. So that's kind of fun. Or song. I tell my students, the song comes to you. So we get to do whatever we want with it. You can change the key, we can change the time feel, it becomes yours. It becomes your little sandbox to play in. And that means that you, the voice teacher, so if you're, let's say your high school junior guy wants to sing Kelly Clarkson songs, guess what? Right on. Sing the Kelly Clarkson songs. That is awesome. Who cares if you're a baritone? Put it in a different key. It'll work. You just have to help him. You will have to help him determine the right key because he'll probably want to sing it too high. Just between you and me. But but how fun is that, right? You can sing Kelly Clarkson with a 17-year-old boy. And in fact, when my students are finding cover songs to perform, oh, by the way, that's what they're called. If you are singing a song that you did not personally pen, then it is called a cover song. It is not called a repertoire. It is called a cover song, which is funny. So when my students are looking for cover songs to perform, I will frequently suggest to them that they look to voice types that are very different than their own. So say a light female voice type, soprano-y person, I'll have her sing an Elton John song, who's a baritone, rock baritone. Or I'll have some sort of guy with a lower voice singing an Alicia Keys song. Because just by virtue of their voice and the key, they can just sing the song normally and they've already created something that's different and unique to them. And in pop styles, those are the values. So that's what we want. So keys have a different meaning in popular styles. And another thing that's different, you probably already know this, but with popular styles, is that it is important for the singer to be involved in the decision-making process. Let me see if I can find there it is, okay. The songs and artists that your students are attracted to intuitively are probably going to be songs that match their personal vibe, like who they are. Okay, this is not in my notes, but I do have to tell this story because this is not always the case. For instance, I was so in love with Chaka Khan when I was in high school. I know I'm dating myself, but I just wanted to sing like Chaka Khan. That was all I wanted. It wasn't going to happen. I mean, first of all, she's kind of a freak of nature anyway. And I was so far from her style, her voice type, her skill level. It was never going to happen in this lifetime. So if I had had a CCM pop voice teacher at that time, which I did not, but if I had, I would have hoped that they would be able to steer me into a genre that was more appropriate for me as an artist, as a person, as a singer. So I'm just putting it out there. Now you know about my Chaka Khan crush, which then transferred into a Mary J. Blige crush, obviously. Anyway, the songs and artists that your students will be attracted to intuitively will often match their own personal vibe. And so, for instance, your student comes to you and they say they like Colby Calais, they like Christina Perri, and they like Jason Mraz. So what have they just told you? They have told you that they like narrative lyrics. They like not a lot of embellishments. And they like a very relaxed delivery. So they don't like big emo tunes. Although Christina Perri can be a little emo. Anyway, so now we know that. So we're going to look for those artists for our song choices. I got a thumbs up on the emo. Christina Perri being emo. So we can look at the values of those artists for song choices if we need to nudge our student a little over. So, for instance, with those artists, you can probably find something that has a fairly small range, like I'll have to add it next week because I can't think of the name right now. But Colby Calais has an adorable song for any teenager that has a range of about I think it might be an octave, and it's a great song. I'll put it on my next week. I'm going to make a thing for you guys, a list that you can get you started. Anyway, so let's say your student likes those singers, and you want to give them something to work on that will be a little challenging, but not so hard that it's discouraging. And if they have a voice that can sing a song by one of those artists, great. But if you move the key around, they can probably sing something. But let's say that they can't. And their current range over which they have control is very small, because that happens. So you're going to show them something that has a very small range that is very similar. So True Colors by Cyndi Lauper, very small range. Don't Know Why, Nora Jones. Nora Jones's Don't Know Why, I believe, is a sixth. It's very small range. It's a lovely tune. Or Imagine by John Lennon. So all of those songs will give them the vibe that they're looking for, and they can start adding new skills but not be overwhelmed, right? So we're bumping them up a little bit. And just to say, you can Google songs with small ranges and pop songs will come up. And so you give them Imagine, and they've never heard Imagine because they're 15, and you say, just say, you're going to love this song, because you know they're going to love that song because they told you they love Jason Mraz. Jason Mraz got a lot of his ideas from John Lennon songs. So by the way, when you are helping a student pick a song and they abdicate responsibility, show of hands, how many people have had kids say, I like everything? Don't you just want to go, oh, please, throw me a bone. Don't tell me you like everything. Anyway, but you really should make your student tell you something. 3 songs that they like, 2 artists that they like, just so you have something to go on. Oh, how about that? There we go. And then you can let their goals guide you, which is also fun. Sometimes, so using the singer's goals to help song choices can be really helpful. So I tend to divide these goals. I mean, you might have more divisions about goals than me, but Michelle makes them name 5 favorite songs or 5 favorite artists. That's great. So then you have just a ton of information to go on. Perfect. Yes, and I'm sure that you felt me when I'm like begging my students, please just tell me something. No, I like everything. No, you don't. You do not like everything. Stop saying that. Sometimes a skill goal is one kind of goal and a performance goal is another kind of goal. So the skill goal is usually something that you have to discern. There's the obvious skill goal that, I'll use an example of the thing that we see most often, or I certainly do, and that is the student saying, I would like to be able to mix my chest voice high. Wendy says, I usually ask them what they sing in the shower. Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, I love that. I'll be stealing that, Wendy. Thank you very much. So they want to blend their chest register high. That's what I get most often. And it is probably the most typical problem for microphone singers in general and female microphone singers in particular. And if you want to help them solve that and you don't feel confident doing that, you should come and take my neurovocal class, certification class. We're starting a new class next month. It's already half full, I'm happy to say, but I'd love for you to get in on it. So if you would like more information, I'll put a link in the comments underneath. I'm starting to do this every time I say comments. I think that's my new ASL sign for comment. So, okay, so your common problem microphone singer. So this cis female has a typical break between B flat and B natural. And she wants to be able to sing like Lauryn Hill. And Michelle can't wait for the class. I know, I'm getting very psyched. So she wants to be able to sing like Lauryn Hill. Now, I am going to find her a song that has a similar vibe, but has a reasonable range if I put it in the appropriate key. Because Lauryn Hill has lots and lots of high chest mix notes. So I'm going to try to find a song that will make it so she has to hit a C or a B or C, a couple of few times in the song so that we can start working on that. And again, you can go visit your good friend Google and put in songs with small ranges. And just read a couple of posts for ideas, because there are a lot of nice voice teachers that have put up ideas. So you put the song in the right key, and then you've got a song to work on for a month. So also, once you've done that work, you're not going to lose the investment, because now you know this much about this song and you can put it in your go-to pop songs folder with the appropriate notes, however you do that. So you create your little notes about each song and who it's for and what and why, and then you'll have your folder to go to. And next week, like I said, I will have a list for you. Not an overwhelming list, but something to get you started. So tune in. And then performance goals. This is the easiest and most fun way to pick repertoire for your popular voice singer. So it's great when they come to you with a performance goal. When they say, hold on. Right. Some kind of comprehensive project that they're working on is the best. So let's say you have a student who just got a gig as the Stevie Nicks in a Fleetwood Mac tribute band. Or they want to work up a cabaret act about big band singers from the 50s. Or they want to start a YouTube channel for their original songs. I mean, these kind of, the only advice I would give you about this is that you keep track of the things that you have worked on. And I say that because I learned the hard way that you won't remember once they get past song number 3. You want to keep track. And also, they don't necessarily keep track, which continues to boggle my mind, that people will say, yeah, I just got a gig as the front person in a Fleetwood Mac band. And then we start working on their songs and they haven't kept track of what we're working on. Anyway, so you have to keep track. So those are obviously the most fun and easy ways. And sometimes keys are very malleable, like the cabaret singer who's doing the big band songs. The key should make her sound fabulous. But sometimes they're not, like the Fleetwood Mac front person. Nope, you have to do it in the written key. That's how it is. So you do have to know those little things. Anyway, but those are some ideas to get you started. I hope that it hopefully gets you thinking about things a little bit differently and gives you some ideas to get started with helping your students find some songs. And next week, we're going to talk about Yes, part 2. We'll talk about how and what to pick for kid and teen students and how to pick for more advanced students. Although advanced students often don't need your help, but we'll just, we'll touch on it. And I will have a list for you next week. So once again, my freebie today is called What Am I? A Microphone Singer's Guide to Singer Voice Types. And when this is wrapped up, I will add a link in the comments. So if you're watching live, you can get that. If you're watching on replay or in another group, you can hop on over to my page and download that that article for free. So thank you so much. Oh, Luis is here. Hi, Luis. I have found sections of songs they like. Oh, sections of songs they like are helpful, even if they don't wind up singing the whole thing. Oh, that's great. That's a really good idea. Luis, okay, sections of songs for particular skills, right? So if they're trying to blend high, that's a great idea. So thank you for being here with me today. I am grateful for your time and your attention, and I am here every week at this time. So I hope you will join me again, especially next week when we finish this up. Please take care of yourself. Ask for what you need. Stay safe. Have a good week. Bye.